Jungkook reveals Jin BTS's tour was forced to stop. His condition is worsening. Jin BTS's tour has officially been stopped, and the cause is not due to technical reasons or scheduling conflicts, but rather the deterioration of the eldest member's health condition. Jungkook, in a statement that shocked many parties, confirmed that the decision was not a management strategy or a temporary plan, but an urgent step that had to be taken to save Jin's condition, which was said to be in a situation that can no longer be postponed for treatment. This statement instantly raised a big question. How bad exactly is Jin's condition? And since when has this situation occurred without the public's knowledge? While many fans speculated about a possible full BTS comeback after Jin's return from military service, the reality conveyed by Jungkook created an atmosphere of worry and anxiety. In limited interactions with media and fans, Jungkook said that the decision to stop the tour did not come from Jin personally, but was the result of joint evaluation with the medical team and HYBE management. This is not something that can be forced anymore, Jungkook said briefly but firmly in an internal interview. He stated that several health indicators showed a consistent decline over the past few weeks, although previously there had been some improvement after his return from military duty. This condition triggered much speculation, especially considering that Jin was previously scheduled to participate in a series of personal activities and tours as an appreciation for his return to the entertainment world. However, the fact that all schedules were suddenly canceled or postponed without detailed explanations began to raise suspicions. Jungkook finally confirmed that the reason behind the decision was the worsening of Jin's physical condition, which made it impossible for him to carry out intensive activities. He added that Jin's health is the top priority, not performance or schedules. This information not only touched the emotional side of ARMY, but also created unrest regarding BTS's future direction. Jin, who has long been known as a stable figure and symbol of strength within the group, now becomes the center of attention for a sad reason. Jungkook even mentioned that Jin insisted on continuing some light agendas, but the physical pressure he felt could no longer be hidden. We saw him trying hard to keep smiling and standing, but his body itself refused. Jungkook added with a heavy tone, and internal reports not yet widely published. It was mentioned that Jin experienced physical disorders related to mental pressure and chronic fatigue. Although there is no official diagnosis published, Jin's condition is said to be experiencing drastic fluctuations that are worrying. The agency has not issued an official release, but internal sources say the tour's suspension is not temporary but postponed indefinitely. This step is certain to change BTS's promotional plans in the coming months. Jungkook's decision to openly convey this information also sparked appreciation from fans and media. In a situation full of uncertainty, transparency is seen as an important step to quell wild speculation. Although not detailing Jin's medical condition, Jungkook's attitude is considered to represent personal care as a fellow group member and close friend. "We all want him to come back healthy, not just to perform on stage," he said. What becomes more interesting is that this is not the first time BTS has faced a situation where health becomes a major issue affecting group dynamics. But this time it feels more personal and worrying because it involves Jin, who has been known to have strong stamina and rarely shows weakness. Some fans even revealed that they noticed something different about Jin's recent appearances. He looked more tired, quieter, and rarely performed fully in various group moments. The tour suspension also has a major impact on BTS's global plans. Agendas that had been prepared to welcome BTS's new phase after military service must be reviewed. Even some rumored collaborations involving Jin and international figures are said to be cancelled or postponed. Although not all information has been confirmed, various sources say HYBE is currently on full alert mode to maintain Jin's privacy and recovery. The big question now arises: will this affect BTS's future as a whole? Many worry that Jin's worsening condition could slow down or even block the group's upcoming projects. However, Jungkook confidently states that health is not the end of everything, but it is the foundation of everything. He emphasized that all members are currently in a position to fully support Jin's recovery process and are ready to adjust activity rhythms according to their Hyung's health needs. Although the information conveyed is still limited, Jungkook's honesty opens space for reflection amid BTS's comeback enthusiasm. Instead of focusing on the stage and achievements, attention now shifts to the human condition experienced by the members. The decision to stop Jin's tour may disappoint some parties, but this step shows that BTS's priority is not only career, but also the life and health of its members. In a moving conclusion, Jungkook closed his statement with words that sparked both hope and concern. "We don't know when he will return, but when that time comes, we want you to know that it's because he is ready, not because he was forced." This sentence leaves a deep emotional impact on the public, who can now only wait and hope that Jin truly recovers and returns not as an industry symbol, but as a whole and healthy individual. Jungkook's statement that Jin BTS's tour was forced to stop due to his worsening health condition indeed shook public discourse. But behind that emotional explanation, we face a much more complex question that demands clear analysis. Does this information truly reflect reality? Or is it just part of a larger narrative deliberately constructed to shape public perception, attract media attention, and create a calculated wave of sympathy? In an era when content circulates so quickly through TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Twitter threads, and online news portals with varied credibility, such information often blurs the line between reality and opinion construction. Especially when the main sources of this narrative mostly come from unofficial interview clips, viral video snippets, and fan interpretations that have not been thoroughly verified. So it is reasonable for the public, especially ARMY, to question, is this pure fact, or is it a communication strategy deliberately shaped? We must ask deeper. Why has such important information not been directly conveyed by the agency in the form of an official release? Why are there no medical reports presented even in general terms, as a form of information responsibility to the public? If Jin really experienced a serious decline in physical condition, shouldn't such statements be formalized as a press release, not just narrative fragments from other members? Furthermore, let us reflect. In an entertainment industry like K-pop, is it not possible that the worsening condition mentioned by Jungkook is merely a rhetorical expression to explain Jin's prolonged absence, while the real cause might be personal, psychological, or even purely a management strategy? Are we too quick to conclude that Jin is truly in a worrying condition, without considering that all this could be part of a scenario designed to create a dramatic effect? It cannot be denied that the entertainment world is very familiar with what is called media play, meaning every narrative released to the public often goes through a careful narrative construction process to create emotional impact, high engagement, and image formation. In this context, Jungkook's statement, even if it sounds sincere and empathetic, must still be viewed critically. Is he conveying something based on reality he personally experienced? Or is he merely voicing a predetermined narrative line? We want to invite readers to delve deeper into this information. Are you really sure that Jin's condition is worsening? Or do you feel that there is something not fully open about the information conveyed? Why until now there are no visuals clearly showing Jin's current condition, even though the public is starting to be anxious with various speculations? Is this merely privacy protection, or an effort to control the flow of information? Let us think together. In this era of information openness, we must be more critical than ever. Don't just rely on feelings of sympathy or love for idols. Precisely because we care, we must dare to ask. Has every narrative we receive today passed through a verification process? Is this narrative based on objective facts, or merely a result of social media construction full of assumptions and interpretations? We emphasize that the information we present in this article comes from various sources, including TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, as well as some fan sites and online entertainment media. Most of these sources do not have official authority in conveying artists' health conditions. Therefore, we assert that this news cannot yet be considered fully accurate and final. Even if conveyed by fellow BTS members, it must still be questioned. Is what is conveyed a reality that is not obscured? Why has such an event not been confirmed in the form of a press conference or direct explanation from the agency? Why does HYB choose to remain silent or only give minimal explanation, while fans are left to speculate wildly with mixed emotions? Does this reflect professionalism, or is it a calculated form of crisis control? We do not state that Jungkook's statement is a lie or that Jin's condition is fine, but we emphasize the importance of a reflective and skeptical attitude. Whatever the real situation, fans deserve transparent, factual format.